There is a great comparison between marriage and a building. Harry and Patricia, now that you've been joined together, this is not the end of everything. Now the building starts. The work of building this marriage now starts.
Leo msichana yenu mlimfunza vizuri. Kwa hii miaka tumekaa na yeye, ni mtoto ule alilelewa kwa njia ya Kristo. Mama nakupa huo pamoja na baba.
So yeah, the night before is a very anxious night, but the people around you make it much lighter in terms of managing things. The groomsmen that I had are very close friends and family, and they were, giving me that pep talk and saying, Harry, we don't want to see this side of you and that side of you. This is what we want to see for the day. Relax, calm, let everything flow. And yeah, that was I felt I needed that, because it gets into your head sometimes when you're panicking. Yeah.
So you panicked.
I panicked. That's what I didn't want to say, but I panicked. Yes. Yeah. So, but I wanted to be very special. So it was her day. She was my lady of honor for that day, and I wanted to be very perfect for her. So that was what was causing me anxiety, really. But everything else I knew was taken care of. It's just that moment on the day I was not sure what was going to happen. So I'm glad it went well. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised myself by how things turned out.
When I put on the gown, oh my goodness. Then I knew, okay, now this is the day. It's here, no turning back. And I could hear the Sikuti playing now outside. It just melted my heart.
Well, I was outside waiting. She didn't know that. It was my secret plan between me and my father-in-law that I'll be out there in a car, hidden somewhere, and I should not show my face, because if I did, I would get a fine. So I stuck there, and it was the longest wait I've ever had for anything. Yeah, and I felt like going out and asking what's going on. We've been here for a while now, and she's not coming out. But it was all about the drums. There was a lot of Isukuti playing, a lot of dancing, from both sides. I could see them, dancing around. And eventually, they went in and they were allowed to take the bride. We have to appreciate our African customs, and wanavyosema Waswahili pia, mwacha mila ni mtumwa. So no matter how much you talk to the aunties on the night before and try to kind of, bebeleza them that tomorrow, please make this easy for us and let's just have the bride and move on. Time is important and all of that. It's just like water under the bridge, Ikifika asubuhi wanaanza tayari wenyewe yale yao na hutawapinga. Yeah, and we respect that. So those things, you have to go through the paces, and it's part of the fun of the African wedding. Unafungiwa kidogo, unabembeleza, unatafuta your greatest orator auntie to come and talk to them persuasively. So all those things were happening, and I could see them from a distance. Yeah, and I knew what was going on. And I was saying to myself, I thought we spoke about this last evening. Yeah, but still, and even my father-in-law had assured me that everything should go well. But at that time, he has no say whatsoever. So we just have to let the aunties do their thing, enjoy themselves, dance to the music they want to dance, Then eventually they give her to you. Of course, they can't keep her, but just going through the motions makes it fun, really fun.
Isukuti.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It made a difference. It made it easier. It killed the tension.
Yeah.
So the moment they came in, then I was like, okay, now we can start the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. To make it a bright day, a wonderful day, and an entertaining day for the guests. Yeah. And so it started from the morning, from the church time to the end.
It's true. I think Patricia said it correctly. We told our men and the bridal ladies that we're gonna go there to entertain. These guys are giving us their time. They're coming and gracing our occasion. Let's make it fun for them, So, and I'm glad that they all did that. So each of the pairs, the groomsman and the lady, they had to have a signature move that they will perform as they walked in. And then they said, and if you're asking of that of us, Harry, then we expect that you'll also have your own signature move, which is very difficult for me. I don't do a lot of dancing, but I had to do a lot of practice the night before, like we said. Yeah. Walking in, of course, she was with her parents. Therefore, she had to be kind of modest, and elegant, and glamorous, and that's how it turned out.
No, my dad kept telling me, "I will not dance." Let's walk. Let's just walk.
Yes.
Mother wanted to dance. I'm like, okay, mommy, no. Let's just walk. And but it was easy.
It's nice. And standing at the end of the aisle, watching them walk and come, you go into a trance. Hauko pale, fikira zinakwenda kwingine kabisa. Ni kama wanaona malaika yuaja. So I was waiting, watafika saa ngapi hapa, But that walk, it's wonderful. Watching it from where I was standing was really, really marvelous. And I wish that moment could even be longer. Just for me to continue savoring the moment and enjoying this beautiful view. They look different. They look like people you've not seen before. Trust me. Sasa sikuelewa lakini nilisema wache nikae hapo kwa hiyo ndoto. And as much as I kept dreaming, I kept loving it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice. Very nice.
I can't even explain. Mixed happy emotions. I was so happy. I wanted to cry, but I said, no, I decided I'll not cry. I'll try not to cry.
And I saw those ears tingling at the corner of the eye. And I was waiting for the drop to come down. Okay, continue.
But it was a feeling you just can't explain. It took me to a place, a different place. I can't explain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's an amazing feeling. Trust me. And I will do it over and over again if I had to.
Okay. Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised. She didn't let me see the gown at all. throughout this process. I saw it for the first time on the wedding morning, and wow, it was glamorous. To live with you from this day forward
through all the changes of life.
I will love and care for you. There's a certain aura that just falls on you at that moment. Yeah, you feel like there's a halo around you. You go into a different world as well. But the heaviness of the words, and what they mean, because you say them from your heart, that made me almost cry as well. Especially when you say for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer. Those words mean something. And I was reflecting back in the 12 years. We have gone through those situations. Things when things looked good, when things didn't look so good. And for sure, we stuck together. So for me, it had a much deeper meaning because I had lived that experience. And I was saying to myself, now I'm going to live it even more going forward. Yeah, and we've had some very tough moments for sure, and Patricia has stood by my side. And I have to acknowledge her for that and appreciate her very much. And those words meant something because I have lived through experiences like that before.
It's different when you say them like in front of God, here you're in church. It's not now just the two of us or in front of our relatives or friends. Here now, it's like you're making that promise in front of God. It was quite heavy, and it's like I had never made it before.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has a more deeper meaning now, and it sits in the right place now. Well, that's how I feel. Like I've made it a promise which I cannot break because it's made in front of God.
Yes, we had formalized things culturally. It was a matter of now doing it in church. And I can tell you, the two experiences are completely different. Because the church experience, makes you feel something happens to your soul when you're standing there and speaking those words and saying, I do, for better or for worse. It completely transforms your mentality on things. And I feel I love her a lot more now than it was before the wedding, to be quite honest. So it's really inspired a flame in me about this love. So anybody out there, any men who haven't done it, I encourage you to do it. Because believe you me, it is something that's important as well for you as it is for the ladies.
I love you with all of my heart. I feel really great that you're in my life. You mean so much to me. You're a darling, you're a sweetheart, and you're a friend. I thank God I found you.
So, I love you with all my heart. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for being my friend. And as we've always said it, ni mpaka kudike.
But there was a small section where we had to personalize when the pastor told us to say something to each other. And this is something the pastor needs to go and repent because he didn't warn us in advance. He didn't warn us in advance. But I particularly loved the words that Patricia used. And I think that's what the pastor wanted. It has to come from the heart rather than rehearsed and, not in touch with your soul. And those words came out beautifully from Patricia. I hope I'm just waiting to watch that clip again of what she really said. Yeah. Mpaka kudike. Yeah, she said that atanipenda mpaka kudike. Yeah, that's nice. Really nice. Put many signatures on papers before, but this was a very special one. This is something you're doing for something that means a lot more to you than anything else in the world. You're signing off a commitment to your partner. You're giving her that kind of reassurance that you're going to be there for her. So that's the most important signature I have written down in my lifetime. It's not the prettiest though, because the hand was a bit shaky. Yeah, but it doesn't matter how it looks, believe me. She values it that way, and I'm fine.
Beautiful moment. I thought, now this is it. Now I have him here.
You know what she told me right then? She said, Wewe Kwisha. I was not sure whether to take that as an inspiration or a threat.
No, it's Kwisha Wewe.
She said, Kwisha Wewe. I remember that bit. She said, Kwisha Wewe. I said, oh my God.
We've signed. We've put it on paper and signed. You wrote your name with your own hands and signed it. Bas.
Mimi nifikiri nimekusha kitambo. Kumbe nimekusha jana.
But it was a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Every marriage is built when you see two people walking together, when you see a family living together so happily, and you begin to admire that. I wish my family or my marriage will look like so and so's family or marriage. Please listen to me. It did not happen overnight. It has been built. Every marriage is built.
Pastor nailed it when he talked about making sure you have the right foundation in your marriage. It's not just the facade of the building. It's really the foundation that makes it strong. So, and I'm looking back and saying we had some foundations between ourselves. There's some values that we hold so dear between us, and like sticking together no matter what happens, supporting each other. So having the right foundations will help you in those shaky moments, really. And also it gives you kind of a moral compass to go back to when you kind of are finding yourself deviating. So the pastor really hit the nail on the head by talking about having the right foundations in a relationship. That's what I remember.
I sat there and thought, I think we're in the right place. I think we are doing well,
Yeah.
marriage-wise. Yeah.
Well, I was sitting there watching football on the couch. Manchester United is my team. And they were playing well, and they were winning. And I was in this hilarious mood for that day.
Goodness.
And she was in the bedroom. When I'm watching TV, it's mine. So everybody goes away. And I just decided, let me surprise her with this wonderful message. So I thought about 12, because 12 is, we've been married now 12 years. And 12, biblically is a significant number, because Jesus had 12 disciples, and there are so many 12s in the Bible. So I said, before we go into the 13, let me do the 12. Yeah. So that's where I decided, let's do it. And also, we know that next year is going to be election year, so nobody wants to be doing weddings in August when the elections are coming. So we decided, let's do it in this August. So I sent this simple WhatsApp message saying, will you marry me, my sweetheart? And the response was instant.
I remember on that particular day, while he was watching, I was cleaning up, on a weekend, just arranging things, taking the time to put things in place. And so I was wondering, wait, what's this? Where is this guy? Because I thought, okay, now, where is he? Couldn't he just come, open the door? But he did that later, because WhatsApp message now. I don't accept it. I didn't accept it.
Yeah. She walked over to the living room. Yeah.
It's not demanding. I didn't demand for the proper way, but I humbly asked. Right way. Not in a reading way, but something from his heart, not a red message. And he did, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I stood in front of the TV actually for this game.
Yes. For her to get my attention, I had to stop watching Manchester United playing. And yeah, I had to do it the right way. And also that feels special. Yeah, the idea behind the message was not to, it was really just to kind of surprise her. Yeah, and get her thinking. And it worked for me. So getting her instant reaction to come to the living room was great. All those things that happens in the spur of the moment. And I didn't have a ring at that point. But eventually I did go and find a ring later and put it on that finger. Yeah.
Here, Mommy, this is from Samantha's bridal and molded to make your day more beautiful.
First decor I remember was when we drove in, and from the side I was seated, I saw the ceremony. Oh my goodness! Oh goodness, Catherine! She is just amazing. I can't even explain. I almost cried now. I'm crying over the decor. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful. I could see the reception area, the tents, and the flowers, how they stood up. I was like, oh my goodness, it was amazing. Yeah.
I had no idea what to expect. So I was only waiting to see the final outcome for me to understand what the real picture looks like. And I have to say I was pleasantly surprised.
She wanted African concept. And so I sat and I said, okay, here I have to really work hard. Because you see, African concept, you can talk of baskets, pots, anything that is African, put it there, and it doesn't look like a wedding. It just looks like, you know, a museum. I mean, something that we've put there for people to come and walk around and watch. But I wanted it to look like a wedding as much as it was African concept. And so I took a few pictures of what I was trying to set up, especially the centerpiece, something different from the norm of pots and animals put on the table. I thought I would, and then she loved the glass vases, and she asked me, Catherine, I love the glass vases. How can I incorporate this in my wedding? And so it gave me a challenge, and I really thought hard. I bought the Maasai items, tried on everything, and so I eventually came up with the beads, the long beads, Maasai beads, put them together, put them on a vase, took pictures and sent her. And I had sent her about 4 different setups, table setup, and she loved that. And so I said, okay, this is what I'll do for your table.
I was warned by my mother-in-law since mwambie ajitayarishe kucheza. So I was so ready. Flat shoes. And very ready, and it was nice. We danced a lot, and we appreciate the guests. They made us dance. Like it was not tiring at that point. We got to feel the uchovu baadaye.
I was amazed really because hata kupeana zawadi hawatoi tu zawadi, kila moja yuaje yuuliza nyimbo, tuwekee nyimbo fulani to dance. Hata my colleagues, there was a colleague of mine who came in, is a French man and his wife, and they made the effort to look for African wear. So they had African wear with the orie rogo kichwani, na pia walipoleta zawadi nao pia wakasema hapana, tuwekee African music. Of course their movements are not really, you know, kama za African, ni kama vijiti vinavunjika, lakini it was nice, very nice. That's what really added the flavor.
Nataka kumwambia leo msichana yenu mlimfunza vizuri. Kwa hii miaka tumekaa na yeye, ni mtoto ule alilelewa kwa njia ya Kristo. Mama nakupa huo pamoja na baba. Nambarikiwa sana.
I think the words from the speakers, and there were lots of nuggets of wisdom in what they say to us, you know, including the advice to Patricia, the advice to myself. So we could hear those things. And you know, less is more. When people say a few things and they say them well, it becomes more memorable than if they say too many things and you remember nothing out of it. So I think less is more for us, and we were happy with the very few speeches and a lot of dance. An African wedding, we got more than an African wedding. Yeah, the dance, the music, the flamboyance, the color, you know, everything was over the moon for us. So we are so happy with the people who came because they went out of really their way to make it very, very special. Hata hapa nyumbani nimeweka mahali sijui ni wapi, nimepoa nyungu za kutoka nyumbani kabisa. Sasa hiyo nyungu nitamponisha Patricia kupika nayo. Lakini that's the real glamour of the day, was for it to be really, really African. So all that pomp and music and everything was African was a big success for us. Yeah. My cousin made all the effort to make sure that we joined together, because myself and my cousin were very, very close. So he kind of knew my tastes and he knew I was out looking. So that's how we met. And after that, you know, I took a couple of trips to Savo, and she's here with me now, forever. Mpaka kudike.
I'm a Kenyan and I love Kenya. And I've always dreamt of, you know, giving people an opportunity, promote local talent. Because someone asked, oh, you have a wedding, I'll take you, I know where you can find a Swarovski gown or whatever, all designers. I mean, in Dubai, we get them all. It was like, no, chill. I know what I want. And I'm glad we found a very good tailor. He had not done anything for me before, but my sister has used him for like her outfits, which I like. And I thought, yeah, why not promote, his name is Daniel, and he has a clothes line, Afronana. And we thought, why don't we work with Daniel? So yeah, just instead of paying that money uko nje, acha tuirudishe nyumbani. Yeah, he did a good job. He's amazing.
Lovely,
yeah.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think sometimes you don't quite value our country while you are here. When you go out there, you really see the real worth of your country, you know. Yeah, so we also felt, yes, you know, we cannot go and do something that's not local. Yeah, we're gonna just be patriotic and do something that's really, really local. So unapenda nchi yako zaidi ukienda nje, believe me.